It's official. Stellantis has just detonated a pricing bombshell under the U.S. auto industry, and at the center of it all is their brand-new CEO, Antonio Filosa. In a move nobody saw coming, Filosa has slashed prices across some of the company's most iconic American brands, Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler, sending shockwaves through Detroit and beyond. This isn't just a discount here or a rebate there. We're talking thousands shaved-off sticker prices, deep enough to force rivals like Ford, GM, and Toyota to reassess their entire pricing strategy. Filosa isn't wasting time. Barely weeks into the job, he's made it crystal clear. Stellantis is done playing defense. With inventory piling up, demand cooling off, and consumer confidence wavering, he's flipping the old-school profit-first approach on its head. Instead of sitting on bloated stock and praying for buyers, he's triggering demand with something American car buyers haven't seen in years: real affordability. Suddenly, models like the Ram 1500, Jeep Grand Cherokee, and Dodge Durango are within reach of buyers who were priced out just months ago. And here's where things get wild. This isn't just about clearing lots. It's a long-term strategy. Filosa is positioning Stellantis as the value leader in a market obsessed with overpriced trucks and bloated SUV margins. He's targeting the middle class, the working families, the tradespeople, real people who are sick of paying $60K plus for a pickup. By slashing prices aggressively and unapologetically, Filosa is forcing every other automaker into a corner. Either follow his lead or get ready to lose market share fast. Dealerships are scrambling to adjust. Some are even calling this the most aggressive pricing shift since the Great Recession. But Filosa doesn't care about ruffling feathers. He's playing for keeps. And with Stellantis brands sitting on high inventory and facing a brutal EV transition, he's opted for an offensive strategy that's already turning heads on Wall Street and shaking boardrooms in Michigan and Tokyo alike. Filosa's gamble isn't just bold, it's calculated. He knows American buyers are fatigued. Interest rates are high, wages are stagnant, and automakers have been squeezing consumers for years. Now, Stellantis is positioning itself as the hero brand, the one that finally breaks the pricing madness. And let's be clear, this isn't a clearance sale, it's a repositioning. These cuts are across multiple trims and models, and they're sticking around. And the message is loud and clear. Stellantis is no longer the slow-moving giant stuck in catch-up mode. With Filosa at the wheel, they're charging straight at the competition with something more powerful than horsepower: affordability. And in today's market, that's the real disruptor. And here's where it gets even more aggressive. Filosa isn't stopping at traditional gas-powered vehicles. He's dragging Stellantis's EV lineup into this price war too. That's right. Select plug-in hybrids and EVs under the Jeep and Fiat brands are seeing their MSRPs cut down to levels that completely undercut Tesla's entry models and even threaten the value propositions from Hyundai and Kia. With EV sales softening across the U.S. and inventory backing up coast to coast, Filosa is seizing the moment to turn hesitation into conversion. He's making EV ownership feel accessible, not aspirational, and that's a huge psychological shift for the average buyer. Analysts are already calling this a Filosa shockwave. Wall Street is buzzing, but it's Main Street that's really taking notice. Social media is lighting up with dealership photos showing markdowns, buyers walking out with deals they thought were extinct in 2020, and auto forums erupting with posts asking, "Is Stellantis the only one who gets it?" And maybe they are, because while Ford is cutting production, GM is stalling EV rollouts, and Toyota's playing the long game, Stellantis under Filosa is moving. Fast, decisive, aggressive. And here's what makes Filosa so dangerous to the old guard. He understands the American market from the ground up. He spent years in Latin America, where pricing sensitivity is everything. He's not coming in with a luxury-first tech buzz mindset. He's thinking like a volume warrior. How to move metal, how to win hearts, how to rebuild trust with working-class drivers who feel ignored. And his strategy is already stealing attention, and potentially market share, from competitors who are still obsessing over margins and EV tax credits. Inside Stellantis, insiders are saying morale is surging. Finally, someone at the top is making moves that actually resonate with both dealers and customers. Fleet sales teams are celebrating. Retail dealers are finally seeing showroom traffic pick up again. And most importantly, customers are starting to say the unthinkable. Maybe I'll take a look at a Chrysler again. Or, wait, that Jeep is how much now? And this isn't some short-lived stunt. Stellantis is backing it up with aggressive financing deals, expanded warranty coverage, and fleet incentives that are already pulling contracts away from Ford Pro and GM Fleet. It's not just about lowering prices. It's about delivering perceived and real value. This is an all-out pricing blitz from a CEO who clearly doesn't care about easing in quietly. Antonio Filosa is here to compete hard, shake up the status quo, and force a reckoning inside an industry that's been bloated and complacent for too long. And here's the kicker. He's not done yet, because now, Filosa is setting his sights on the crown jewel of the American market, full-size pickups. That's right. The Ram 1500, long considered a premium-priced rival to the F-150 and Silverado, is now being repositioned as the most value-packed full-size truck in the game. Deep price cuts on multiple trims, including Bighorn and Laramie, are making jaws drop across the Midwest. We're talking savings in the range of $5,000 to $8,000 in some regions, with lease deals and 0% APR financing sweetening the pot even further. For tradesmen, contractors, and weekend warriors, this isn't just a discount. It's a green light to get back into a brand-new truck without sacrificing a month's salary on the down payment. And Stellantis isn't playing safe. They're going after volume. Filosa knows if he can move Ram trucks in bulk while competitors are pulling back production due to bloated inventories and cost-cutting, he can own the segment, at least temporarily. And if these buyers love what they get, that loyalty translates into future EV truck sales when Ram's electric lineup finally drops. It's smart, it's aggressive, and it's putting real pressure on Ford and GM to either match the cuts or risk losing their working-class stronghold. Meanwhile, Dodge, yes, Dodge, is seeing a revival in interest too. With the Charger and Challenger legacy gas models seeing end-of-line incentives and newer hybrid tech rolling out at prices far below rivals, the muscle car faithful are flocking back. Filosa's team knows exactly how to strike that emotional nerve, keep the roar of performance alive, but strip away the luxury pricing nonsense. Buyers are finally seeing muscle cars that perform and fit their budget again. But here's what really sets this moment apart. Filosa is reshaping Stellantis' identity in the U.S. For years, the company has struggled with brand confusion, overlapping models, and sluggish innovation. But now, with pricing as the unifier, every badge, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, is getting a renewed purpose. Jeep is becoming the go-to adventure brand with attainable options. Dodge is stepping back into its muscle lane without the sticker shock. Ram is owning the hard-working truck category without the corporate price padding. And Chrysler, long seen as lost in the fog, is actually regaining relevance through aggressive fleet deals and family-first pricing on Pacificas. All of this is happening fast, like lightning fast. And that's what's shaking the industry, to its core. The old Stellantis was cautious, reactive, and often slow to adapt. But this new Stellantis, with Filosa steering the ship, it's behaving like a startup with billion-dollar brands, moving with urgency, cutting through red tape, and attacking a weakened market with the kind of intensity legacy automakers haven't seen in years. And, while Wall Street may still be catching up, dealership floors and online configurators are already feeling the momentum shift. Ford and GM are being forced to respond, but they're trapped by higher overhead and more complex production lines. Filosa, on the other hand, is operating lean, fast, and ruthlessly focused on volume, value, and visibility. He's not just playing to win. He's playing to dominate. Because what's next could be the real knockout punch. Filosa is reportedly preparing to overhaul Stellantis' entire dealership model in the U.S., and insiders say it's not just about discounts anymore. It's about speed, simplicity, and volume at scale. Word is, Stellantis is testing a streamlined, semi-direct sales system with dealer partnerships that look a whole lot like what Tesla and Rivian pioneered, but with price cuts baked in, not markups. Imagine walking into a dealership, seeing a clearly marked, already discounted price. No haggling, no games, just deals. That alone could flip the entire U.S. dealership landscape on its head. And that's just the retail front. Filosa's also gunning hard for fleet dominance. He knows that small businesses, logistics companies, city governments, and rideshare fleets are all watching their costs like hawks right now. So Stellantis is rolling out aggressive fleet incentives across Ram ProMaster vans, Chrysler Pacifica, hybrids, and even electrified Jeep models. We're talking contract terms that beat Ford Pro on both price and delivery times.